You are listening to the Arcade Brothers only on the 4-eyed radio network The Fern.
This world needs a hero. It needs a savior, a white light, a beacon in the sun, or just someone to draw some logos. If you're looking for someone to do design work, illustration work, and to help improve your business's look and design, contact Raven Designs at ravencruise.com. She's one of the proud sponsors of the 4-eyed radio network, and her artwork is amazing.
Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Arcade Brothers. I am Player 1 and my co-host,
Player 2 is Kyle.
And we are finally back. Yes, we did have a... took a little bit of a break.
Because we got so much shit going on, it's crazy!
Yeah, pretty much. So, but a lot of stuff has happened this week. We're going to play catch-up pretty much. But before we get into that, let me tell you about all this great, awesome stuff. So... of course, you can find us at Arcade Bros, www.arcade-bros.com, part of the 4-eyed radio network, The Fern. You can listen to the show, and you can find us on 4eyeradio.com, Spreaker, iTunes, Stitcher, Zune Marketplace, BlackBerry Podcasts, Blueberry Podcasts, Miro Guide, Double Twist, YouTube, Swell Radio, SoundCloud, and Player FM.
That's a lot of shit!
The show is also brought to you by Raven's Designs, illustrates and designs that fit your personality. For samples and inquiry, visit ravencruise.com. Before we get into the shout-outs and everything like that, a lot of stuff happened.
Yes.
This past week, a lot of things were revealed. I want to talk about this real quick because I want to know your opinions on it, and I want to know I also want to know a lot of people's opinions on it. So of course, Batman Arkham Knights. They just released the teaser trailer for this. Now, a lot of people are talking about, a lot of stuff with this. And the one thing that has not come up, and I'm the only one that seems to be asking it, is the fact when the game starts up, it says Warner Brothers Interaction. You're like, okay, games, and then Rocksteady.
Rocksteady!
Now, while I say that is because the Arkham Origins was given to a completely different company, and Rocksteady was either doing something else, taking care of another game at this point. But my question is, did Arkham Origins sell well? Or it's because I don't think it was the best received Batman game compared to Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. And now we have Arkham Knights. And the other question I have is, I gotta give this gaming company kind of big balls because they're only releasing it for next-gen consoles. It looks like it's only going to be released for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and if I'm not mistaken, maybe just Wii U.
Yeah.
They are not touching on any of the consoles. So this is a thing where a lot of people have not bought next-gen consoles right now. And yes, they might spike some sales with the upcoming 2 games that are coming out, such as PlayStation 4, Sony's the... Sorry, Toby was trying to eat my donuts.
Don't eat the donuts, Toby!
Toby's been a little prick lately.
That's because Steve loves him.
But coming into the... Basically, they're saying... We have these games. You want them, you're going to have to buy a next-gen console. Now we have, I was talking about PlayStation with Sony. They have the release of Infamous Second Son. Is going to be just an exclusive. And then, of course, pretty much being released very shortly is Titanfall, the Xbox One. But it's also being released for PC. But a lot of people will be buying it for an Xbox One. So this is a pretty big move for a game that's not even it's a third-party game pretty much. So I think that's pretty big balls where they're thinking towards the end of the year, you're planning that everybody is getting a next-gen console for your game. What are your thoughts on that with the Arkham Arkham Knights?
I don't know. It's weird because it looks like I'm reading across the board some of the critical reviews of Arkham Origins. On average, they got about a 7 out of 10 on
Okay.
a lot of companies. I mean, Destructoid gave them like a 3.5. But Game Informer gave them an 8.5. Official Xbox Magazine gave it a 9. So it's all across the board. And they said sales-wise, they did good. They reached their goals. They got actually nominated for 2 Game Critic Awards.
Okay.
They had all that DLC that came out that looked pretty good. They even have the one that's coming out just now for the Mr. Freeze, which
Yes.
got a lot of attention. A lot of people were like, oh, that looks really cool. So for, I think, Rocksteady to come out and say, like, hey, we're doing this. What I think a lot of people forget is I watched a lot of behind the scenes of the 2 voice actors who took over for Arkham Origins because they wanted somebody younger.
Yes.
And what I found out was that they actually got a lot of this stuff from Rocksteady. Like, Rocksteady gave them a lot of, like, here's the content, here's what we did, because they wanted to kind of keep in the same theme. Because you have to keep in mind, they're not only publishing through Warner Brothers, which is the owners of Batman. Basically, they own the rights to it as well as DC. But also, they're trying to keep a consistency. Like, you know, it could be like if they had a Superman game and they put him in like a black suit with like nunchucks. It would just not be consistent to what goes on in the comics.
Are you
Things like
trying
that.
to tell me that Michael Bay is pulling shit again?
Yeah, he's got yoga pants too, and goggles for whatever reason.
The other question I have was this one of those games where it was like, hey, we're working on this.
I'm thinking that's
we
what
need
it
a
could
filler
cover.
game. You're going to do Arkham.
That's kind of my guess.
Origins.
Like maybe they were obligated to say, "Hey, we want you to produce a game for us. We want another game to go in with the Arkham." And I think that at the time they were like, "Well, we're in the process of developing for next gen titles," which happens. I mean, a lot of next gen titles come out because like they start telling companies now, like, "Hey, we have a new development kit. Here you go. Like you can start playing with it and develop something for it." So they probably gave them the time so they could get this game done. I'm not really displeased, nor am I like crazy about it. I think it's just a good move. I mean, you left, you kind of are leaving this to be either a prequel or a mix of the two. I don't think it's where something never happened because like it's showing that like Two-Face was in it, where obviously, and if anyone has played the other one, the Arkham was in Arkham City.
Mm-hmm.
There's some spoilage happening where like some of these characters that are appearing in this don't really should be existing anymore. So like it's interesting to see how they're doing this. If this is just like a different timeline.
Well, this, according to rumors, and again, everything's speculation because this is what happens when any trailer gets released and fanboys jump in. Rumor has it, and some stories have said, that this is going to be the last one in the series. So basically it goes Arkham Origins, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knights.
And then Arkham Origins. Like, wait a minute, where'd that come from?
So, other question is, if this is the last game, we don't know. Again, spoilers if you have not played Arkham City. Is the Joker coming back?
Yeah, because I know they're right off the bat saying that he's not like a front runner. Because they're obviously, if you listen to the clip, you can say, "Oh, it's Scarecrow," like who's doing this voiceover. If you see the gang as like it's Penguin,
it's
Two-Face, it's Harley Quinn's
Harley
working
Quinn.
with them somehow. So I mean, it's interesting to see like, okay, what are the dynamics of this? So it'd be unique to see. And obviously, what I think a lot of people are excited about is they showed the Batmobile, which looked awesome.
And everyone's wondering
if you can play
we're going
to
be driving that because they finally introduced the Batwing in Origins, which was a great use of fast travel.
Yeah, but unfortunately, that's all it was used for. Like
yes.
It wasn't like, oh, wait a minute, like I can drive around in this and like go to Mars. And
yeah, that was the other flaw with that game, but it was cool to see and all that.
Yeah, it was definitely awesome to see, and obviously, every time you checked in at home, Alfred had some other thing to say to you.
Yes, another big thing with the game also. Okay, if obviously if Joker's not in it, are we getting Kevin Conroy back for Batman?
That's true. Well, I imagine if it's Rocksteady, they maybe have a contract with him, because that could be it.
Because I would hope so. Because don't get me wrong, I like the new guy, but
yeah, he was good. He was all right.
He's no Kevin Conroy.
But that's just it. Kevin Conroy is Batman. Like, it's funny. Like, I love how Mark Hamill said it too. Like, when you read the Joker, you now think of like Mark Hamill's interpretation, and then when you read his Batman, you always try to like. What I think is cool is like I thought about this the other day. Christian Bale basically made it where anyone can do a Batman impersonation now. Like, thank you, Christian Bale. Like, everyone gives you shit for it, but think about it.
Where's the trigger?
Everybody can. Like, you ask anybody down the street, hey, well, how's Batman sound? They will all go, scruff. Whereas, like, try to do Kevin Conroy, and it's like, it takes, like, things. And what I love is I watched this little clip about him when they asked him, like, hey, as you've been doing the character for so long, he says what's really cool is Bruce Timm and Paul Dini at sometimes would, like, be having trouble, like, deciding how he would say something, and then they would just ask Kevin Conroy, like, this character more than we do, like, what would he say in this point? And, like, that's what was so cool is I watched that one, the Mad Love again, of the animation, and, like, what's cool is that part where he starts laughing. like they said, oh, we don't want you to laugh at this point. He goes, I would laugh at this point though, because like Batman would find that just so hilarious that like she thinks like this is like gonna make everything like good again. And like that's what I like. If you listen to him laugh as Batman, it is like one of the creepiest things ever. That's why I love his Harley is like freaking out. She's like, "Oh my god, it's so creepy." It's like, and it is like hearing him laugh is like so incredibly like disturbing. And then
Oh my goodness!
Because then his laugh right after is like, "You're a damn fool," and it's just like, "Oh shit!" Like okay, he's back. But yeah, I think that news sounds good. I can't wait to see more about it. I want to see kind of some game footage. While I'm excited. I think it's cool.
No, I'm excited too.
I love the opening, how it's all about here's the last testament of Thomas Wayne. So it's putting you right in the mindset of everything, and like you're hearing all the things that Thomas had asked of him, like look after the city, always be its protector.
Yeah,
so having
help
that
help
like
out,
help out those who are in need, and like that right there is like you go, oh, because like if you think about it, like him just like I'm going to honor my parents is like, well, what better way to honor them is if your dad's spelling it out for you in his death, saying.
Well, and I also like
everyone.
how they did the jokes. It's like don't spend all the fortune on fast cars and stuff.
And then it shows the Batmobile.
It just shows the Batmobile,
Yeah.
and you're like, hey, if you're gonna spend money on one car,
Might as well be that one.
Might as well be the Batmobile.
Exactly. So that was pretty good.
I just wanted to touch base on that because I know that
it just happened.
It did. It happened last week. It was like on Wednesday.
What?
It got released, and that's all anybody was talking about. Was
Everyone's
like,
I'm on it right now. Facebook.com.
Batman. Everyone was just talking about the Batman game. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see how good it is. I
excited.
like his armor. It looks different, but.
Looks different, but it still looks, it looks cool though. We like how they
So we'll just figure everything out when it comes in. But to me, it just seemed like a really big ballsy move for Rocksteady to be like, we're just making it for next gen consoles.
I say at some point you have to. I mean, if they came out with a Zelda game right now, they would hopefully be for Wii U, right? You would hope that they wouldn't be like, oh, we're gonna dumb it down for Wii.
Well, it wasn't. It's not so much as that. I mean, the Wii U's been out for 2 years now, like a year and a half. So if they did release a Zelda game, it makes sense. I'm just saying, since they're still making games for across all platforms.
Well, that's true.
Well, I mean, look at Destiny. Destiny's coming out for all platforms.
Destiny was developing for probably the regular systems. Next gen came out, and so then they were probably given a kit, and they said, you know what? Yeah, we could probably port this over. And that's actually the beauty of it, is that a lot of the next gen titles, they're using the same kind of like language. Like that was the beauty of it. When I got the Wii U thing, I got invited to the program for Nintendo. Their programming programs actually are across the board. I could even develop right now for N64 if I wanted to, because that's how much like how basically it is. And that's basically what's funny about it is the character of like Link. I was reading this article about it. So not the Majora's Mask, but Wind Waker. If I took Link right now, I could put him on a Nintendo 64 cartridge and play just him. Like that's it. Like I could do nothing else because of how much RAM he would use up in those chips. But it's possible. Like you could have a game of you just running around as Link, in a world full of nothing. And it was kind of neat too, because I watched the thing about development, about like how they develop things. A lot of times what they do is they throw Mario in a blank world with nothing in there, just to make sure all his moves are good. Like once they know like his controls are excellent, then they will populate the world with everything else. And I think it's pretty crazy how they do that. So I don't mind that. Like I think eventually what will happen is they'll release for next-gen titles to try and boost the sales, which maybe why they got their development kits so soon. Maybe that was kind of the push, like, hey, we want to get the sales up, we'll give you the kits for free, because some of these kits are expensive.
Yes.
And then they were like, hey, by the way, now that you've done that, we'd love to, have it just only next-gen only. But they could always dumb it down if that's the case.
Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, I just think is if they just plan on that's happening, because I know when I buy my Xbox One, most of the games that are coming have already come out for all systems, including like 360 and stuff like that. I was like, I'm just gonna get it for the Xbox One, because this is if it's a game that just exclusively comes out for that system, such as the one game that I played this week did, then yeah, I'll buy it for the Xbox 360 or the PlayStation 3. But if these games are coming out for all platforms, I'm sitting there going like, well, I might as well just get it for the next gen console, because this is the next stepping stone. Plus, it's a good thing too, because when the consoles first came out, like there weren't that many games, and most of the games that came out were like the exclusives were like meh.
Yeah, I want to look at that too. As I just went to Facebook, Batman Arkham Knight. They have a full turnaround of his costume, and what I really like is his what's it called? His cape actually like goes under the plate armor. Like it actually like it's almost like, I don't know if you saw in the new 52, he has kind of like straps under his arms
Yes.
to kind of hold the cape. Well, it's kind of got that, but then he's got like the plate of armor that's like sits over, like his shoulder pads sit over that, so now he really looks like it's like just coming out of nowhere.
Oh, cool.
It looks really sick though. They have some concept art up on their page, and like a lot of like literally they announced it Wednesday, and they are already at about 10,000 likes.
Well, to be fair, it kind of makes sense because if you think about it, Arkham Asylum came out before the reboot of New 52. I believe Arkham City came out probably during the time that they did the reboot, but since they were like, the game's already done, we really can't do much. And then you do Origins, and you're like, well, we can't just be like, boom, let's make it updated right off the bat, because now it's like, well, how could this look better than the stuff he had in the previous games? This is beforehand. So now with the New 52 comics, they can sit there and go, hey, cool, we can actually take stuff from this now and put it towards this Batman. So we'll see what happens. But before we we talked about like Batman for 15 minutes, which is fine.
Yeah, and we also have, if we want to announce it finally, they finally came out with the freaking release date for Watch Dogs.
Yeah, Watch Dogs, which
big hit.
I was very surprised.
Yeah.
Because I expected this game to come out
sooner.
No, I expected them to push this game back all the way to November.
Well, and to be honest, I think that would be better. I kind of get where they're going. They've promised it last year. They didn't make the deadline. And now they're promising it for May, which is, I guess, a summer release. You think, hey, it's a good idea, good logic.
I'm starting to believe that. I'm sitting there going, wow, is gaming companies finally listening to me? Where I go, you don't release anything during the summer.
Yeah.
You have at least 3 months.
3 months before the holiday.
Anything happens. There's so much to do. And you kind of sit there during the summer going like, I don't want to go outside and play. It's too hot, especially here.
Especially in Arizona where it's like 200 by the time it's
But you sit there and you're just like, there's so many games that could have come out that I go, this would have been a perfect summer release. You have to realize the summer release games, you don't need to release that many. It's not like the movies industry where the summer is the blockbuster event. But So this is coming out May 27th now. So we'll see what happens. It's coming out for PS4, PS3, Wii U, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and PC. So hopefully we'll see what happens because I'm not...
Again, I'm crossing fingers that it actually comes out, but I would think like, burn me once, shame on you, burn me twice. Like if it comes out May 27th and they like, oh, we have to push it back. That's when I think everyone would be like,
well, I was waiting for that with them to do that with South Park: Stick of Truth. So before we get into what we're playing this week, we got some shout outs going on here.
Yeah, we got actually 2 weeks of shout outs. So we got all on Twitter because no one on Facebook likes it. At Nerd2Nowhere, at Code Rancher, at Lucky Cassette, at Ape Games, at Video Games Reviews, which is RVWS, at Uncharted Drakes, guy who plays Uncharted. He's the guy who's Uncharted guy. At Kevin Pybus, at Impact Esports UK, at Ink Vile Games, and I think we also had 2 new guys. We had at Nick, and then also at I think 8 Games is the one who I thought of. So thank you guys for the shout outs and love. I know our Twitters have been doing strong. I think we're up to like 414, and I think our likes are up also on the Facebook, but I have to
we announced it on Socially Awkward. We're 2 likes away from 150.
Good Lord!
Kyle and I have decided if you get us to 150 likes, and of course if you do go over that, we're not going to
help promote it, obviously. If
you help promote it. Kyle and I are going to be releasing a contest. I'm just going to throw it out there. We were talking about a free video game, but I don't know. And also, this goes out for anybody who's also on the network.
Yeah!
And so now you have to compete with them. And these are people who are linked into the source. But we might give away, I don't know, maybe a console. I'm not going to say which one. I'll wait. But, yeah, I think if you can get us to 150 likes, Kyle and I will do another contest.
Let's say 150,000 likes, and I'll buy you an Xbox One.
Yeah, that's not happening.
All of a sudden,
hey, no, if they were to get us to that, I would give.
I'm honoring it right now. So once we eventually get to 150,000 likes, which will probably be when the Xbox
Tell you what, better yet,
1,000,007 out, I'll buy it then.
Better yet, if we get to that many likes, whoever is the contest winner has their choice of winning a PS4 from us with the game of their choice, or an Xbox One with a game of their choice. Exactly. If they can get us to how many
150,000 likes.
Yeah.
Which would then make us kings of Facebook, and we can then piss on people that we don't like. Literally, on Facebook, instead of a like button, they give you a piss on you button, and you can piss on everybody.
A good question I was about to, I think we should do for our next question of the week is, because Lent just happened, if you had to give up one video
for
game,
your faith,
what would it be? Or what game couldn't you give up? For Lent or something like that. I'm not a big religious person, so
if you were given the choice, No, that's stupid. If
No.
you were told by your god or a god,
Ray, if someone asks you if you're a god,
you can no
say,
longer
yes,
play a game for
because
for the
Satan-
safety of all mankind.
and Satan will steal your bacon.
Bacon bits. So, yeah, if you were told by God or a god that you can no longer play a game, well, well, that's stupid too. Tell you what,
We'll figure it out.
God tells you can't play a game. What is the one game you would hope that he would not ask you about? We'll think of something, and I'll write it better.
Yeah,
but basically, it's going to be that. What game could you not live without? And we'll Rickroll this motherfucker.
Gonna never give you up.
Yeah, exactly. Never gonna give
let
you up.
down.
Rickroll game.
Never gonna turn around and play
Fuck
you.
Lent. I hate that shit.
Anyways, we'll get
What's it
into
to Lent to me?
we get to what have we been playing this week? So Kyle,
have you been playing
the funny part is I know what you're playing now because
No, you don't.
I see you when you're on the Wii U now.
No, you don't.
I see you when you're on. I got really
That's
disappointed with
buddy.
you when I saw you on Xbox. I was like, oh, he's back to. I need to have an intervention with Kyle. The one thing I was telling people this.
I
Everyone
was
keeps
playing the Lizard Man.
Everyone keeps laughing at me when I say this. I'm like, yeah, Kyle made the transfer and he finally got a Wii U. And everyone's like, oh, how does Kyle like it? I go, Kyle loves it. Kyle loves it too much. Kyle loves it more than anything I've ever seen because all my updates from him are just all like,
Pictures.
look at my Pikmin.
Yeah, the army awaits. I'm always like coming up with something. Yeah,
I know, you're just like, and it's just like, I was like,
I love that one about the girl because she was right there, and I'm like
Yeah.
a demon, and then flash like even on her face, and like I got a lot of likes for that one.
and I'm sitting there. Well, they're not likes, they're yas.
Well, yeah,
But-
I got a lot of yes.
But I'm laughing because I'm like, more people are getting the Wii U. I'm getting more friends on the Wii U. But the Kyle is just all like, he just blows up my feed with all this stuff. I'm just waiting for like the pictures to be like, it's just like the pictures of
It
like
starts
this.
going lower and lower and lower. Then it's just like Pikmin.
Oh, you went that way. I was waiting for it to be like it's like the background,
my
and you just
Pikmin.
keep seeing like the boo.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just like a Pikmin, just like
make like a
hopping over the
it'd be
thing.
like a GIF animation of it, just
like looking at you. I'm like, Kyle, stop.
Then it goes down to his head bottoms, and there's like Miyamoto's head, just like wow, wow, wow.
Of course, if you want to add him to your friends list, Kyle, Eric Barry.
Eric Berry.
He's on Xbox as well. He's Barry Legend.
Oh, cool.
I did add him yesterday and say with Matt because
I shall do
we
it.
were sitting there going like, wait, you're on Xbox? We didn't know.
Yeah,
so,
like what the fuck?
so we keep adding people to the community.
Damn
so,
right. And
of
obviously, if you
course-
want our game tags are all on our website, so go to arcade-bros.com. Look on the right-hand side, you can see all of our user handles for all of our systems. And yeah, games I'm playing this week. Actually, I played a lot. I played actually some Ouya games this week as well.
Okay, I jumped on Ouya and I was like,
Uh-huh.
look at all these new things they had. So go ahead and
And we'll talk about that too, because there's some disturbing news about the Ouya, and it's going to be kind of sad.
they're closing it down.
I'll tell you why. Pikmin 3, obviously, I'm playing. Skyrim, played a little bit of that. Fist of Awesome.
I am not having Kyle give my eulogy yet. He's like, we lost Stevie today.
Steve was a good man, and let's go through his shit. All right.
I got Pikmin 3.
Yeah, just start tossing stuff out. Who wants the Xbox? Here you go. Ah.
you
That's
just-
how you would rise from the dead.
Well,
That's
you
how the
just-
that's how the zombie
But
apocalypse
that's
starts.
just how like you deliver that. You're like, we got some really sad news about the Ouya and stuff.
But
Pikmin 3, I'm playing. That shit's so great.
it's amazing. Yeah, Pikmin 3 is awesome. I'm liking it a lot. I finally found the captain, found a piece, and actually we saw the two characters. Remember the two characters from
The second one?
So remember how it was like Olimar, and then it was like his buddy with the weird shape.
Retardamar.
Yeah, Retardamar. Well, we saw Retardamar, and he was like help, 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 and then got captured by something, and so now we have to like.
Almost like, we got to find the piece.
So now I don't know if there's like, because right now you have three characters that you can all split up. Like I can send one guy here, one guy here, or one guy over there. I have like one guy staying at base to pick Pikmin. I have one guy like going over here to break a wall. I have this guy fighting a monster. Have all these different things. So now it's like them showing these other two characters as like, okay, can I now have like 5 people at my disposal? Like this is insane. So wait and see what they're doing.
Very cool.
But yeah, I played that. Fist of Awesome is good. I like that game a lot. That's the
The one with the guy with the huge fist.
It's hilarious because you're like in the woods somewhere. It shows his family, and he's like, and then like all of a sudden the screen flashes. His cabin's on fire. The family's gone.
Yes.
And his hand is like huge.
He's
then.
like, "What
and he's
has
just like, holy
happened?"
Bon Jovi. You know, he's just like, it's amazing. It's really fun, 8-bit. That's on the Ouya and the Android system. Mirror Moon EP is also another one. It's more like a puzzle game, but it's kind of like a shooter.
Mm-hmm.
It's very pastel colors. Looks awesome. I like playing that. And then one I played, and I like it, but I also don't like it. There's this new game that just came out called Shadow Blade.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically like a side-scrolling 2D game where you're a ninja. similar to like Shinobi and stuff.
I was playing that, yeah.
Not bad.
And it's got like the timer thing. It's
Yeah.
actually very addicting. Like it looks really cool. It's a very simple game.
The animations are really good.
Oh yeah, and
really
just
good.
all the different things you can do. But like I'm playing it, going like, oh, this is really good, and it's like it gives you like a free demo. I think it's up to like 8 or 7 levels.
8 or so levels.
And I think I played through all of them except for the last one. That's why I was like, I got to take a break. But yeah,
I like how the flow of that tutorial is too, where they're like, now do this, and
Now
they're
do
showing
this,
you
now
like
do
how you
that.
can do stuff, and like then you start figuring stuff out.
Yeah, it's really yeah. I thought that was a really good, cool looking game for the yeah, because I jumped on the yeah, and I was like, oh, look at all these different games. I basically jumped on because Pat was talking about a game. We're trying to remember the name of the game. We finally remember. It's called Cyborg Justice.
Cyborg Justice.
It was for Sega Genesis. The storyline is hilarious. It just starts off with like this huge ship. It looks like it's breaking down, like it just ran out of gas, gets hit with a meteor, then crash lands on a planet.
That makes
and
sense.
you see like the bar going for like his life, and all of a sudden he dies. And it's all like the human is dead. What do? Make him a robot. So then you become a robot, and you can like this was the cool part about this game. It's up to 2 players, like a side scroll and beat 'em up. And you can like you pick out the weapons that you want, like customize your robot before you go. But while you're playing it, you could be like the robots could rip your arm off, and you're like, oh no, I lost my arm. Or you could rip their arm off and replace it. Be like, oh, you know what? I want this arm now, or I want these legs, and it's kind of like that. And I think every time you beat the level, you can switch some stuff around. But yeah, we could not remember that game for the life of us. And then finally, I posted a picture to Pat. I was like, I found it. So
I like Shadowblade a lot. The only thing I had a problem with is right at the beginning, he's like, my master needs to scroll. Then you spend like 8 levels like running around. It's like, well, are you gonna get it to him or not? Like, what's the deal? Like, so that was a little weird. But
I need my scroll.
Yeah.
He's all like, I'm busy.
Yeah, Elder Scroll.
Indeed.
But I thought it was good. See, what have you been playing this week?
Yes, I did check out the I forget some couple of games I downloaded and was just waiting for them to download. But yeah, I do want to talk about that stuff. But of course, I was playing more Donkey Kong Country. I finally beat this one fish boss. Now, I told Kyle.
Fish boss.
Actually, I tell everybody. They've added water levels in this. They look phenomenal. They're beautifully done. It's a nice kind of cool, relaxing with things. I don't care what game you're playing. Yeah. I don't care what you're doing. No. I hate water levels.
Yes.
Water levels are a piece of shit.
They rattle his cages.
Biggest problem I had was I had to fight a pufferfish boss at the end, and that was like the hardest boss because it's like you're swimming, you have to collect your bubbles to breathe. It's just a big pain in the ass. So I finally beat that, but now I'm in another part. Like the game got from enjoyment, a little bit of challenging, to here's your pufferfish boss. This water level is kind of hard, you know. It's like okay, it's growing. Get the next one. It's like go fuck yourself, donkey. It's I'm at like I call it the Fruit Ninja Factory.
Fruit Ninja.
It is like so hard right now, and like it just went from I don't have a problem with challenges, but it just went from here you go to go fuck yourself mode. Like it really just jumped the scale on it. So I'm like, okay, let's see how this goes. Of course, I was playing Devil May Cry. I didn't realize I'm playing it. And I'm doing really good at this game. And granted, I played it before, but I'm playing. Right. I forgot I'm playing it on
like a
what's it called? Nymphis or Nevelin.
All right,
I'm playing on Nevelin, which is like probably hard, and then you can unlock other modes. And I'm just like beating ass. So I have to say, I played it first on the PlayStation 3, playing it on the Xbox 360. The controls are 10 times better just because they use the trigger buttons for you to seamlessly go back and forth between your mom's like scythe and your dad's like battle axe, and it just works 10 times better than what they did with the PlayStation, where it was like I believe the top 2 buttons to do that.
Oh, okay.
So it's but yeah, I'm liking it. And then of course, the game finally came out, so we're happy about that. I was waiting for, just kidding. But it finally came out. Reviews have come in. A lot of mixed reviews with this one, though. But South Park.
Yes, Stick of Truth.
Stick of Truth. And before, we need a little background music for that.
Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. You're a cocksucking ass licking Uncle Fucker. You're an Uncle Fucker, yes it's true. Nobody fucks uncles quite like you.
Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. You're the one that fucked your uncle, Uncle Fucker. You don't eat
just trying to bring you guys into the world.
That's right.
But yes, so the South Park Stick of Truth has come out, and I have to say, fantastic. I'm calling it now Game of the Year. Now, granted, a lot of people be like, I'm not a South Park fan. If you're going into it for a... Now, the funny part is they've been saying, like, this is not your typical RPG. This is like a different... I'm playing it, and you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of a normal turn-based RPG mixed with Paper Mario. Basically, what I mean is, like, so do you remember Paper Mario and do you remember Mario RPG? Where you would get into battle, and before you hit somebody, it'd be like, hit the button begin to do more damage.
Right.
So they did that with this game.
Nice.
So if people come at you, you can
kind of counter and, like...
You can counter, yeah, you can block. So it's actually kind of like, also, I would say the games that are out today,
alone,
Mario and Luigi.
Yeah.
Those, it's like that kind of
stuff.
game.
For me alone, like, the music in that demo was hilarious with the whole, like... And it's just like, but they're kids.
Well, yeah,
that's what's so good about it.
Well, it's great. It starts out, the animation is terrific, and what the animation reminds me of, like in the beginning, it's not South Park animation. It looks like the old version of Lord of the Rings animation.
Yes.
And you see them, and like Cartman's narrating the whole thing, going like, "Oh, it's a great battle," and stuff like that. And it's really cool because then he's like, and the new kid comes and he would change the faith. We have to get to him first, you know. Huge thing, and then all of a sudden it shows up you're in South Park, and it's literally like you create your character. That's you. Like they have a whole bunch of stuff for your avatar, you know, to make him. So you're like, cool. Go in there. Parents have a talk with you. You just go walking through the house, exploring. That's all I like to do is just exploring the town of South Park. Is phenomenal.
Oh, that's
awesome.
And
like you're running around, and it has all that cool animation. So of course, right off the bat, you find Butters. You save him. He's like, "Oh, I'll take you to the king," and then you meet Cartman. Now Cartman has just been great in this. Like he hasn't joined my party yet. There's a couple of characters that do join you throughout the quest. But Cartman is just freaking hilarious. Just in the beginning, it's like you show up. And then he's all like, pick your weapon. And then you get there, he's like, what's your name? So you type in your name. So I type in my name, says Steve-O. And then it comes up and he's like, so you want to be called douchebag? And I'm like, and it literally says yes or no. And I go, like, and I'm like, no. He's like, are you sure? You want to be called douchebag? And I'm like, no. He's like, sir, douchebag. And then it's great because then I'm like, okay, this is how they're going to do it with the RPG aspect because usually you type your name in. At the old school one, they'll just read your name. But this time, it's like, it doesn't matter who you pick. We're just going to call you douchebag.
Right, which makes sense.
So it's great, though.
It's like the Dragonborn.
Yeah,
like it's
the
the same kind of thing.
Dragonborn.
Yeah, everyone's Dragonborn. And you all sound the same, too. Like, what was even funny is, like, I have found a glitch early on when you shouted, like, as a male, you do the Fuzroda! And it doesn't matter what race you choose, like, even Argonian or cat people. Even though the cat people have, like, the best, like, accent in the game, like, they don't even, like, Fuzroda.
They're like, to me, they're like, Antonio Banderas.
Exactly, and that's what I liked about it. Like, and that's why I expected them to be like Fuzroda, but instead they don't. They just all sound the same because they just use the same soundbite. Well, there was an early glitch on where if you chose a female character and you hit it, then it's like Fuzroda. Yes. It's like, wow, that girl has a very manly voice.
My father wanted a boy.
And so he trained
so you're playing this, and you get kind of like the basic stuff. You get like archery weapon, you get a melee weapon, you get like skills, and then it's great because then he asks you like, what do you want to be? So you can choose between you can choose between 4 classes, which is great. So first class is warrior,
pretty standard.
Second class is mage, which is great when you go over. He's like, oh, warrior, it's very noble and straight. And then he goes, a mage, it's kind of like a wizard, but not as cool because Eric is a wizard. And then you have thief. He's like, oh, I didn't know your skin color could be this sneaky, and you're just like, okay.
Yeah, like,
and then this is my favorite one. Your last choice to be goes Jew.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, if you probably pick this, we're probably not going to be friends. So already off the bat, it's just like, this is hilarious. This is great humor. I even went to Cartman's house. I went upstairs into his room.
Oh, nice.
And I opened his closet. And I took a picture of it, which I'm going to post on our Facebook page. You see everything that Cartman has ever dressed as in his closet.
Oh, yeah.
There is the Mosimo robot box.
Mosimo.
They have the Coon costume up at the thing. They even have his platinum album from when he was a Christian singer in one episode. So if you're a South Park fan, this is a must. I played like 30 minutes into this game, and I've not laughed out loud like I'm in my room going like, oh God, no, like laughing. I haven't done that since Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a game that does have the humor. Now, why I say it's the game of the year because I think it's beautifully done. It doesn't take you out of the South Park land.
Universe,
it's basically engulfs you in it. Now, everyone's kind of concerned with the turn base of the fight. They're like, this is not your typical RPG. I like it because, to be fair, a lot of the RPGs that have come out lately have sucked.
Yeah, well, if you think about it, like they're basing it on like the old school like Final Fantasy.
Yes.
Plus, it's got animation, it's got
Mhm.
counters, it's got all these things that modern day RPGs have. So I think it's well done.
which I don't get. It's cool. Your character follows behind you when you're running.
Yeah.
When you change your outfit and your weapon,
It changes.
It shows up.
Oh my God.
So I really don't know why all this.
why
Why people are complaining about it, but I like it. I think it's a great game. So definitely check it out. If you're a huge South Park fan, I highly recommend it. I'm gonna talk about this because it's just
Let's
great.
give them something.
So, without further ado, we're gonna go to our characters spotlight. What do we have for the character spotlight this week, Cal?
This week I chose a character that was he's kind of missed. Like not a lot of people know about him, but his name is Dig Dug. He's the lead character of the game called Dig Dug, which came out for the Namco in 1982. Became very popular mainly in Japan and also later in America. They're using the Namco Galaga hardware. That's also the same company that made a game called Galaga. It was one of that first like flying ship game. And it came out in Japan on the Atari. It was popular basically because of the simple concept. You know, you're digging and you find monsters, and you can either try and drop a rock on them, or if you hit the monster with your like pump action drill, you have to sit there and tap it rapidly to blow them up, like literally blow them up like a balloon. And basically the goal is just to not get hit and to kill all the monsters that are like underground. Like that's basically each level. And each level is great because the whole level is the same. Like it's all filled with dirt, and you have to just keep digging, and you can go any way you want. And it actually had one of the first features where there's no music in the game until you move. And as you move around, then that's when the music plays for Dig Dug, and it became very popular. What's really neat about it is that it's gone on to actually make an appearance in Wreck-It Ralph.
Yes.
There's a character when he's running, and all of a sudden he's like, enemy or bad guy. Like, you know, then it shows him like turn and run in the opposite direction. So that was pretty neat that they brought those characters back in. It's a character that hasn't really done a lot. Like, there's been a couple of, redones of it, but you can still get it for like things like the Xbox 360. You can still buy that same traditional game on there, and other than that, yeah, it's a fun game. And I think if you haven't had a chance to play it ever, you can find them now on like those Namco like $8 systems you can buy, which is literally just like a joystick.
Which I'm not sure if they've actually released him, like even if it's just the old school, like what's it called? On Xbox Live Arcade or anything like that. Like if it's just a simple Dig Dug. I don't know if they've ever tried to put it in like HD graphics or try to do a remake.
Yeah, I know they just did. They haven't done a remake, but they do have the original you can get on Xbox 360.
They did do something funny. We'll post this video because I just reminded me. There was a video back that goes Legend of Zelda 80s movie. These guys, they did a couple of other films that were pretty funny too. They did like a God of War one. Oh, yeah. But one of the ones they did, it was a Dig Dug, but it was a horror film.
Oh, nice.
It was hilarious because it's like, he's back. And it's just like, meow, 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 like the guy and stuff. So we'll definitely post that up with the Dig Dug and that guy, they did really good work. If you have not seen that one, I guess like Zelda's 80 movie is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Of course. So what is this? Former mob wife. Oh yes, I heard about this.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. So basically, there's the news. We can go to the news now. Basically, the news we have a couple things. Price drop is dropping Xbox One in Europe. So if you're getting Titanfall, you can get it right now. A new Xbox One and Titanfall for $399, which is basically the same price as the PlayStation right now. We're hoping that we'll get a price drop here in the United States, but right now they're trying to appeal to the Eastern market and try and boost the sales where shooters are harder to buy over there. You know, not a lot of people are as into them as they are. Well,
especially
in America.
I think I could be mistaken, but I know Australia is really they've enforced their laws over there for those games. So the price drop has happened with Xbox One to the PlayStation 4 price. When do you think we'll be seeing that here? Because they have been in talks about it.
I have no idea. Like I think with them, they're going to try and make as much money as they can on the unit while it's still up. And then eventually once they start to really release more titles and then hopefully enticing new customers, then that's when they'll probably drop the price. I had to hope over the summer, especially if we're releasing games like Watch Dogs and things like that. Like that'd be a real smart move.
That'd be a good way to boost your sales.
Then also they could also wait till next summer, because depending on how they do it.
That's true.
I think if they're smart, they won't do it probably this summer, but know who will? Nintendo. They'll probably do a price drop for the Wii U, so.
Of course, there's the former mob wife stars are trying to sue Grand Theft Auto for their storyline. Again, okay, for some reason, this is the only You know what's funny? Okay, who's the guy?
Hey,
Jack.
I don't know.
Jack. What's the stupid lawyer name?
Jack Thompson?
Jack Thompson.
From who he was trying to like ban games for everyone.
Yeah, Jack Thompson
Has disappeared.
Yeah, he basically got disbarred.
And that was it. Game over.
But now it's like since he has been gone, everybody else has come out of the woodworks.
Pretty much. Well, here's the best part. So I don't know if you've played any Grand Theft Auto game, but they always have a giant thing in the front of every game that says any likeness, representation, names don't represent you, so fuck off. So this woman's basically trying to sue them for no reason because they are basically like, yeah, even if this is kind of similar to your criminal father's past, which is part of history, which is, hate to say it, every mobster story is the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Has a family, does a whole bunch of shit, gets thrown in jail. Like, it's every mobster out there, or dies, or is
but
killed.
What I love is, like, you had Grand Theft Auto 1, Grand Theft Auto 2, Grand Theft Auto 3 is when the huge publicity happened with this Jack Thompson person. Since he got disembarred, then they finally released, Grand Theft Auto 4 came out, and no one really attacked this game, Grand Theft Auto 4. Grand Theft Auto 5, I think the reason why everyone's attacking it because right on that release date, it sold, like, so many copies, it broke records. Like,
it's basically the money. It saw that it made $1 billion, and everyone wants a piece.
Everyone wants a piece of it, and I'm just like, dude, just let Rockstar have their like game, Just
well, that's what I love is Rockstar. Literally, they said what they did is when they got up to that many sales, is they hired a lawyer team.
Good,
because they knew exactly that this is the kind of bullshit that they just want to make games, and they knew.
Do you think they should have hired Jack Thompson?
That would have been hilarious if they did.
Yeah, the song that's in the background right now, there's someone made a parody of, I think it was
hey there in the line,
yeah, but it's about Jack Thompson, and he's all like, so go ahead and try to sue me or whatnot, but it's funny because it's just some guy, you just see the back of him, and he's got like the crazy white hair, and he's just like doing all these ridiculous things, but that's from a place called Sarcastic Gamer. They actually did another one, How to Kill Your Brand, which was making fun of the PS3 when that first came out. But yeah, I just think it's weird that everyone's still. It's like
everyone wants that money.
Everyone wants a piece of that.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for like Batman.
Here's my thing: if you were a mobster's daughter, write a tell-all book. That's how you make your money. No, instead you're going to go sue a video game company.
Yeah, well, they want the easy. I don't want to have to write a book. Oh,
I don't know why they sound like Mike Tyson.
I don't know either. Well, that'd be like Batman. Like, Batman makes $1 million, and now I'm just like, I'm Batman. I'm suing you for my game.
Yeah.
They're like, sir, you're really fat. I let myself go.
Because of this game. It really stressed me out.
So Seth Rogen working on a film about console wars.
Yeah, he's doing a whole story. I guess it's like him and his friend both go out to buy consoles. One buys a Sega, one buys a Nintendo, and then it's like all hell breaks loose.
Or are they really going with like old school console
war?
They're
going old, like the original console war.
Yeah,
like they're going with like the true war. So it'll be neat to see. I think it's going to be. It's written by the two guys. What's his name?
You think they're going to call it Bit Wars?
Oh, I have no idea. That'd be awesome. I know it's Seth Rogen, and then you know who the other cop who was also on SNL on Bad.
Will
Arnett, is it?
Yeah, is it Will Arnett?
I forget his name. I hate that I forget his name. He's also on all the commercials for the phone.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. I want to say
they're
Will
both
Arnett.
writing this movie.
Oh yeah, okay. So the two guys from Superbad.
Superbad, yeah, the two cops from that.
I'm gonna say it's Will Arnett. I could be wrong, but I'm
probably wrong.
I think it's Will Arnett, or is it Bill Hader?
I don't know. Let's find out. I think Will Arnett's the guy from
Arrested Development.
Yeah, he's also the voice.
I want to say,
Will Arnett is the voice of Batman. Batman.
It's Bill Hader. I'm calling it right now. It's Bill Hader.
That's Bill Hader, Steve. You got it.
Yeah.
Award to Steven.
I would like to see that. I would be excited to see that because we grew up with that. We grew up.
Yeah, that was the whole gimmick. Was
and
like,
you know what's so funny about it is
Nintendo.
we are little kids and they're trying to tell you like this is the processing speed. This
don't
is this.
buy
and,
Nintendo. You don't want to be stupid. And you're like, what?
Oh, you want a Nintendo console? What are you, a fucking retard?
If you really look them up, like look up old Sega Nintendo ads. It's like 32 bits. It's like 8 bits says what?
Yeah.
It's like all these stupid ads that were just like totally rubbing in each other's faces. Ah, so good.
Oh, you like Mario? Yeah.
Fuck you. And it's just Sonic like, oh.
You know what Sonic
Is that
does?
my Bobby's right here?
I know he collected rings, but that's a lot. Mario pops out. He's like, "Oh, you like the Sega? A Sega will suck on my dick."
Oh, Mamma mia!
Yeah. Bit Wars.
Buy it.
Yeah,
that's all I would say at the bottom.
We should find.
Buy it.
What we'll do. Okay, what we said our favorite.
150,000.
No, there's that. But I said whatever our question of the week was. A better one. Find us your favorite old school ad, like the verse ads, and we'll post it on. We'll pick the best one
and post them. Postinos.
So yeah, I totally forgot about those.
Yeah.
The Bit War. We could do. You know what? We should do an entire episode about the Bit Wars.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
That would be a good idea because a lot of people have no idea what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
they're like, huh?
Because I think
Are you guys talking about PlayStation 4 and Xbox?
Because
Because I know that people fight about that all the time.
seriously, that's like the console wars.
I remember the first time I played Mario 3D.
It was ridiculous. You know what? Actually, it's funny. I watched the other night. I watched the Beavis and Butthead Do America. Still holds up.
Hey, babes.
But do you know who's in it?
Who's that?
Bruce Willis
Oh,
and
really?
Demi Moore are voices in it. They are the bad guys.
Oh, I thought so. Yeah, like they're the criminals who like kidnapped them and then
yeah,
they
I
get
was
blamed
like,
for
what?
it.
But I just remember my favorite part was them in the dam. He's all like, yeah, is this the
like,
goddamn? And he's like telling he's like, well, the dam holds all this. Like, well, I'll be damned.
Yeah, I'll be damned.
I'm pretty good.
I've never seen that in the theaters. Like, that's how
yeah, we
popular
saw it in the
was.
theater, but yeah, it's funny part. Watched it, still holds up. Just
Yeah.
freaking hilarious.
Good movie.
So sorry, I basically because actually I brought that up because speaking of Bit Wars, there was the Beavis and Butthead game that came out, and they were supposed to release another one for not next gen consoles, but a while back, and they just never did. It was like supposed to be Beavis and Butthead Do Hollywood
Oh, right.
or some of that, but that game fell through. So Batman,
Yeah, because I remember playing that on the Sega. Dude,
yeah, we played it on the Sega. I am the great Cornholio. I need TP from my.
There's a really good picture too if you can find it. It's animated Batman sitting on the roof like with his
Mhm.
chest out, and then behind him is Cornholio.
I am the great Cornholio.
Cornholio.
So and then I forgot after watching, I was like, oh yeah, I can do these people's
Yeah,
voices. Like,
yeah.
hi, baby. I see you have braces. I have braces too. Like this chick, she's like a total slut. And like this guy, I bet he scored like 1,000,000
I
times.
can't wait to play the slots too.
Yeah. Yeah, that was great.
Because I want to play the slots.
Whoa, where are they? She's like, yeah, they're all lined up and ready to go. Wow, there's just like slots just waiting. Wow, this is gonna be pretty cool.
So yeah, speaking of that, we have a layoff.
Then we go to the Batman.
Layoffs. Yeah, layoffs at Sony's God of War studio.
What?
They actually laid off a lot of people from that studio. They're dumbing down. They're doing basically the irrational game move, where they're shrinking down the team and having a smaller niche group.
So is this the goddamn
Of
layoffs?
war.
Is this the God of War?
Damn war.
Damn war.
Bobby.
Huh, damn it, them boys have been whacking off of my tool
tool
shed.
again.
Yeah, he used to like hit me.
Uh,
Sorry. So
Yeah, so they lay
so
people.
now is this because again, are these game sales not doing well, or they just decided we could save a shit ton of money if we just fire a bunch of people and
by
just
switching to
Geico?
Well, I think actually what it is like, so Irrational did it because he actually wants a smaller team and wants to have more story-driven games, and obviously you can do that with a smaller team. I think it's kind of that. I mean, these games take years to develop,
Mhm.
and if they're waiting for a green light, like if they are like, hey, we want to do another God of War, or we want to do something else, and they're just kind of sitting around, like these big companies have to pay all these people until they decide what they're going to do. So a lot of times layoffs are pretty predominant. Like a lot of times what happens is early on, like early game industries was like you get to join a game company and you're like, hooray, I'm in the game company. They work you to death. Like you will literally work 100, 200-hour weeks till your like game's made. Then instead of them giving you like vacation time or like, oh, thanks so much, like you're literally like working all the way up to the wire, like up to like midnight the
Yeah.
night before.
Just
then-
like us. So we do at the
Then they
studios.
fire you.
Kyle's been without sleep
Yeah.
for 4 years.
I've been pretty
Even though
tired.
we've only been doing the show for a year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sleepy. So then
Stop sleeping.
so then I have so then that's what they do. Then they lay off everybody, and then
Mhm.
what it is because you have a published title now, you can go look for work somewhere else in another studio. Now a lot more studios have become more competitive, where what they do now is like they offer like vacations and time off, and they offer you pay raises and like all these incentives, because if they're not going to offer you them there, you're going to go to another studio that is going to offer all that stuff. Like EA like had it down in Toronto when EA Sports was like the thing. They had like a ski resort attached to their thing. They had a fitness center. They had all these things because they were trying to entice people to come work for them for that very reason.
Come to the audience.
Because it still was going to be the same thing. Like you were going to get there and you're going to work until midnight some nights. But then like what's nice is like there's a gym there. There's like a shower. There's a catering cafeteria. There's all these things that they do. And like a lot more companies have taken those ideas and simplified it to make it more 9 to 5. Like Minecraft is a prime example of that. There's like a couple guys. I think it was in the I forget where they're from, either Sweden or like the Netherlands. They made it. And then that's it.
Dork.
Yeah, they made the game and like it's blown up, and like now they're just going through the motions trying to make it add stuff, and they added the superhero things, Skyrim things. They add all these
That's
things
true,
all
yeah.
the time. So I don't know. As a studio, it all depends. It just depends on the kind of studio. Like, it might have been easier for them to lay people off. But what I love to see is, like, if you look at Twitter feeds a lot, you'll see that Naughty Dog's always advertising, Valve is advertising. So when you do see a layoff, there's a lot of companies that then open their doors to be like, well, hey, we have plenty of projects for you to work on. Because what's cool about the game industry is they're not just game makers, but they're fans.
Yes.
And so they played the God of War, and they were like, oh, if we could get some talent like that over here, we could do some good stuff.
Now, this story isn't in the article in our show notes, but I did, speaking of layoffs and people leaving companies, the head writer of Uncharted
that just
has
happened.
left Naughty Dog, which I'm
it's almost like they forced her out too, as far as I'm hearing.
Yeah, and it's weird because I'm like, you have your 4th game coming out, and then
she was like the lead writer on it. Yeah,
yeah,
she,
and I'm like, and
I
I love those stories, and I was just like, okay, you're gonna bring in someone new. How are you gonna do this? And then also in gaming news as well, speaking of Naughty Dog, one of their games is on the fast track of becoming a movie, The Last of Us.
That's right.
Already
Sam Raimi, right?
Already attached to Sam Raimi, and I'm like, this could work. The only problem is like if they stick to that, which hopefully he will, source material, because we remember hearing about another game that was going to be turned into a movie called Uncharted, and then had nothing to do with the game, and then that project just like fell through.
Yeah.
So.
And then of course we heard Halo with Peter Jackson's company.
And now
and then became District 9. That's where that came about.
Yes, but now Halo's been in talks for maybe a possible TV series.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, they did that. They did that. Have you seen that one, The Dawn? Breaking of Dawn or Requiem of Dawn.
I tried watching it.
Yeah,
it's
so
horrible.
stupid. Yeah,
my favorite one was pretty much it's kind of like Batman Gotham Knights and the Animatrix.
Yeah.
It's like a
the
a
one
bunch of
with
short
like
films. And it's all animated, and I thought that was one.
Yeah,
perfect.
Halo Requiem or something.
Yeah,
like
I think
that.
it's Halo Requiem. I do own it, so it is a.
That I liked a lot because I liked a lot because a lot of the Spartans were female.
Females, yes.
And I like that concept because they always get these people on there like, oh,
she's like, hey, you want a piece of my Halo?
Yeah,
and I'm all like, oh, Master Cheese,
Master Cheese,
oh, Master Talbot.
But yeah, that wasn't in there either. So, there was also
I got another hour of this.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Halo Day.
This podcast is. I'm just gonna say it out here. This is going to be a much longer podcast because we did miss last week. So enjoy all.
So
this
yeah, sons of
So
bitches.
gaming footage of 18.
Yeah, there's two things right now. They were offering this weird deal. Like if you bought a Microsoft Rewards thing, like if you bought a season pass, just anything.
Which I actually thought about doing because I was like, oh, I would like to get the season pass to either Arkham Origins or
like the
or Assassin's Creed 4.
And also like Wolf Among Us, you get the season pass to that.
Yeah, I'm not touching that.
You could get all these things, and then like you only save about like $3.53 because they give you like 5,000 Microsoft points, and then it equates to like $3.53. So it's like if you want to save a couple bucks, do it that way.
And then I was like, hey, while you're at it, you're buying this? Yeah, why don't you buy an Xbox One? Why don't you buy 2 Xbox Ones? Hey, why don't you just buy all the Xbox Ones?
Why don't you just break into the bank?
Yeah.
right now.
Hi.
Console Wars.
I am the president of Microsoft, and I'm here to tell you want an Xbox One? I'll get an Xbox One.
You know what I used to wipe my ass with? PlayStation 4 controllers.
Yeah, that's right. What I do. That's right. They're about $60 a piece, but since you've been buying all these Xbox Ones, I can wipe my ass with anything. Heck, I even went as far as buying an old school arcade system.
What?
It's one of the classic Super Mario
got a button.
arcade. Check this out. What do? I wipe my ass with it. Look at all these shit stains that is on this arcade, kids. I make so much money off of your stupidity. It's great. Anyways, Jeff, Xbox Smart. Sir, we're going to let you go.
Yeah, bye now. How did you get in here, sir? Yeah, this game's pretty
You like Sega Genesis? Well, go fuck yourself.
There's a game, the game footage for 1886. That's that game that they were talking about at our last E3. It looks, they all they showed was like a couple clips of these guys with like almost like steam-powered kind of weaponry. Well, as far as they showed through the playable demo, it basically looks like Gears of War, but because it's like kind of over the shoulder with weaponry and stuff. But it's it's like set in like the 1880s.
Okay, Ready Dawn Studio. So Ready Dawn. That's they've done a lot of God of War stuff. Like helped out. Okay, so the Order of 1886.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have this play in the background.
And this is obviously a PS4 exclusive, so it's like kind of like neat.
Oh, okay. Okay, this is a concept I could get behind because it's like a steampunk kind of feel. It's something completely different. We haven't seen this before.
And it's like you against like these rebels or something. You're like part of the Empire, and then there's these rebels you're fighting against. You have crazy mustache action.
Let's go.
Yeah. Manikenko, why? I haven't killed my mustache. Oh, so it's almost got a... Yeah, I see what you mean.
That's just them having sex.
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm all right.
I'm all right. Put it away. Okay, we'll definitely post this up, but I guess 3 minutes of the Order 1886.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It kind of looks like almost like the Gears of War running around, third-person style.
Yeah, cover and jump over things.
So yeah, so it's back to a what was it, a third-person kind of shooter.
Yep.
Which I haven't seen. I haven't seen that on a PlayStation. Only Uncharted's done that,
Yeah.
and Last of Us. So
Yeah.
this will be something. This will be something new.
Yeah,
See,
looks
these are
good.
games. Yeah, these are games. This is what I'm waiting for PlayStation 4, because like everyone, I remember when PlayStation 4 came out, I was like, you gotta get PlayStation 4, you gotta get a PlayStation 4, you gotta get an Xbox One, you gotta get this. You should get a Sega Genesis, motherfuckers.
What?
16 fucking bits in your ass.
Oh yeah.
I promote everything now.
Good.
I'm corporate spy.
Good.
So Nintendo's pulls the plug on Wii and DS online.
Yeah, you know how they have like
Content?
the Wii Online and the DS Online?
Yeah.
Well, they're canceling those because they're going towards the Nintendo network.
Oh, okay.
So eventually, like your Wii, if you still have a Wii, it will switch off from the Wii network to be like the Nintendo network. So like they're just getting rid of some of that content. It's not really a big thing because like obviously you can still get everything like you've had. They're just like discontinuing those because they've invented the new one, the Nintendo network, and they want to invest more time into developing that. So
interesting.
yeah, it's kind of neat because I
I
think a lot
thought
of
it
people.
was like, yeah, our network sucks. We're just closing it.
Well, just I mean, yeah, on the old DS. So like, if you have a 3DS, if you have an XL, if you
Which
have
I like
a
that
Wii,
because
Wii U.
which I'm wondering if the Vita did that too,
Living la
like
vida,
linked everything together, because that's what Nintendo 3DS and the Wii U
Yeah.
now is. It's like everything you do, because like you'll send me messages on the Wii U, but I can look them at on my 3DS. So all kind of cool stuff. So
Cortana.
Cortana is out.
Yeah,
Is that the new voice? Can we use it on our phones right
I believe
now?
so. Yeah, if you go to, I believe it's if you hit the search, there should be an update for it for Cortana. But yeah, it should be out now. They're basically talking about how it's basically like Siri, but it's for your Windows phone. I'm searching it right now and it can't find it. So
Hold on.
here we go. Cortana. Code name Cortana. Nacho Cortana. But we'll post.
Okay, so what comes up is Talk to Me app,
Yeah.
Pixie voice, and Female Fatale.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Cortana, go fuck yourself.
yeah, let's see. Because I would like to see if we could find it, and then I could play to see how it sounds.
Cortana's thinking.
Oh, do you have it?
So I said, Cortana, go fuck yourself, and she replies back, I love you. Put on a go, you. 6 reasons to focusing on liking yourself and how to do it. I think they got some bugs they got to work out. But anyways, yeah, there's a video showing the guy using the app already, so I guess there's a link to it or something. We'll find out. But it's coming up for all Windows Phone users and Windows operating systems because they want to make it more universal.
Okay, so Contra,
And they-
Microsoft Mobile. Yeah, I'm just trying. It says details leaked. Has it come out?
I don't know if it's coming out yet, but it's coming out
Let's see.
of the closet. I'm coming out. I wonder what to know. It's basically the answer to Siri.
Yeah, but I want it now, so I
Yeah, I
can
can't have it.
can put it onto the thing, and we can.
Say my name, say my name. Nope, it's not out yet. There's an app you can watch, and people are already complaining about it.
Oh no, I hate you. You know,
Anyways, no, you won't
wanna
hate.
know-
Is this great deal coming out on March 14th, which
Well-
is the Yoshi Island 3X.
But before, no, you can't just jump that because I have to say something.
Here
so
lies
the voice of Cortana.
Yes,
is also the voice of Princess Peach.
of course.
So that means you have a Nintendo character on your Windows phone now.
Maybe.
She's also the voice of Zoe in Left 4 Dead.
She's also the voice of herself.
Shut up. Go to hell. All right, anyway, so Yoshi Island 3DS XL available March 14th.
Yes.
So if you're a Yoshi Island fan,
You haven't gotten a 3DS.
here's a buy. So now I have another game to pick up. So we should probably have put that in the show notes. Matt really yelled at us for not having stuff in the show notes, and I apologize for that.
About what, Matt? What? What did we not have?
What?
Tell me.
What? Oh, yeah, also.
Steve got a new case, and it's an old Super Nintendo controller case for his phone. Kyle stuck with Blueberry.
I got my blueberry. So do we actually have anybody answer our thing? You said
Not
what
at
the
all.
best-
We've gone 4 weeks now with the stupid love quest because it was all for
For
fluffy
V-Day.
V-Day. And all we got was Benilde and Aziz Day.
So
So we didn't get shit. But anyway, obviously, we have some games coming out. Titanfall is going to be out this Tuesday, and I think Steve and I are going to be out at the GameStop down in Tempe Marketplace doing a promo that night on Monday night because it comes out obviously Tuesday at 12 a.m. So if you want to come out, say hi. I'm going to try and check with order up, see if they want to come out, do a promo and all that stuff, get some free pizza.
Very cool.
That comes out this Tuesday. We got Infamous Second Son, which will be out on March 21st.
Oh, you're already doing the release dates.
I'm doing it. Yeah, fuck that shit. Infamous Second Son. We're also going to be doing a one for those as well. Midnight release. Final Fantasy, PS4. Still no idea. Destiny, Xbox Live comes sometime in September this year. Yaba Ninja
14th.
Gaiden comes out sometime in March.
Actually, came out.
So there you go. It's already out.
So we fucked that up.
Delete that shit.
Also,
We
Thief.
got
In case
Thief.
you haven't known, Thief came out, and
Yeah.
South Park: Stick of Truth.
All those games came out, but we talked about it 2 weeks ago. We were talking about it was coming out, and if you are a type of gamer that doesn't know when games are coming out, you are a horrible gamer.
Yeah,
and
you're.
you need to get
you're.
your shit together.
Let's put it this way. Yeah, you like video games? You're a retard. Hey, buy an Xbox.
PS4. So then we got some other games. Watch Dogs hopefully coming out May 27th. Super Mario Smash Bros. Wii U 3DS comes out sometime in 2014. Kingdom Hearts 3 sometime in 2014.
I'm pushing that back to 15, but
I think it here too. Mario Kart 8 Wii U comes out this spring.
I have a feeling it should be coming out shortly. So it's either coming out in March or April.
Yeah. We got Elder Scrolls Online coming out April 4th. Get your pre-orders in. Wolfenstein New Order just got a new trailer out. It's coming out this year, 2014. X for the Wii U is also coming out in 2014. And as always, kids, our guest gaming this week is going to be about
Bit Wars.
Can Never Give You Up is going to be our guest question.
Oh,
What
I
is
thought
the game you can never give up?
Oh no, I thought we switched it.
That's the one we're going to do. Oh, we want to do Bit Wars?
Yeah, I want to do what was your favorite Bit
God
Wars
damn
commercial?
it! So whatever is your favorite advertisement for old console wars, send it in. Steve's doing his amazing dance of
Do my Bubble Man dance.
Bubble Man dance. So that's it for me, Steve. What do you got?
You took over the remainder of the show. Apparently, you want to get this show done with, I guess. Even though
take a
I like. Oh, you do. This is an hour-long show, so I'm excited.
So
Kyle, where can they find you?
Find me at Mooney Studios, and of course at arcade_bros on the Twitter feeds. Steve, where can we find you?
In my diabetes. You can find me at Stephen Mooney
Wilford
Jr.
Brittley.
Or on Twitter, you can find me at SMooney Jr. on the Instagrams. Also, don't forget to follow us at arcade_bros on the Twitter. And also, don't forget to visit us at arcade-bros.com. And also, like us on the Facebook page.
Do it! Remember, 150,000 likes, and I'll buy you an Xbox One.
But if you get us to
PS4,
150, I'm just going to say we have another console that we're going to give away. But I guess until next time, Kidorinos, last time you were here, you drank all my beer. Keep on gaming. This has been another fine production of the 4i Radio Network. For more great shows, check out www.4iradio.com. Hey, you like Sega Genesis? Well, go fuck yourself. All right.